Shalom, shalom, Joy. How was the sound coming? You are the first one. Meow, meow. Welcome, meow, meow. Shalom, Rat. Gates. It's going to be hard to count every one of you, right? Laundry is done. I put the clothes in the laundry. I'm renting here, so I don't know. But it turned to be like it cannot handle, too much. So I took some, you know, I have to do it in two parts. Yeah. What we can do. Hey, my friend from Kazakhstan, how are you? How many people in Kazakhstan speak English? I don't think too many, right? We count on you, don't count on us. No, I count on you too. Larnaca, all right, from Cyprus, welcome. Edie, Shalom, Sam, Shabbat Shalom, Kamel. It's hard to say everyone's name, forgive me if I did not say. Indonesia, welcome. Thank you, Yash. We are proud only of our Lord, Um, I have a video with rain. Is it annoying? Is the sound coming to you? You see, I keep losing internet. I don't know if I will lose internet now here. Every few, like it make like few seconds of losing internet. If there's any bad noise in the background, all right. Because I run like a, rain video. I like to watch rain and listen to rain. Yeah. Shalom, shalom. Sound like a little rain? Exactly, that's what I'm watching. I have the sound down a little bit, so it doesn't bother you. Welcome, everybody. Noise just started again. Well, if we notice the noise too much, I will lower it. Those videos like, sometime somebody walking in the rain, sometime rain in the park, sometime next to the beach. Did you say inshallah? No, I did not say inshallah. Just come back to civilization? Where is that? Where is the civilization? What do you mean? What civilization? Peace, peace. Welcome, John. All right. Civilization. Human being is not civil. Human being is very violent, evil. And, civilization is, in fact, human being, they are proud about the murderer in their civilization, not about the peaceful one. Like if you check history, like I understand those who defend themselves, right? Those are different. But if you check history, you will see that the most nations are proud about is the one who is bloody. Not really peacemakers and loving people. Nobody remember the nice one. Here we go. This is a Hindu. is coming to the chat and stupid rat worshipper. Go worship rats, potato. You don't even know what you're posting. Hey Cliffy, how are you? Yeah, they cannot debate me and they tell me they can post like, what is this? Right? Like supposedly they did revenge now. Potato. Shalom, Jerry. I find it very funny when somebody try to post for us a verse and suppose this verse is embarrassing, as if we do not know our Bible and we do not know what it's mean. But the embarrassing is you who think that this is embarrassing because you are ignorant. Well, I did not see them in the street today. I did not see them even for the last few days. You know, and they stink. You know, those who worship Krishna. Like the guy I don't know how many of you was watching. I was live, and I saw them, and then I asked them, you know, if anybody. Usually, nobody speak English, but this time there was a guy, and you know, because it's noisy in the street, so like I got close to him so I can hear what he's saying. He stink. They are white people wearing Indian clothing, and literally they stink. I'm not being like you know. They did not take a shower. God knows for how long. Right? And at the same time, they are shouting in the street, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. You start talking to them, they don't start Krishna, Krishna. And then you ask them a question like, why your God is blue? They don't know. Okay. How many wives he have? 16,000. Is that true? He have sex with them at all? They never heard of this before. They know nothing. You know, they're just a bunch of fool. Somebody pushing some money to establish Hinduism in the country. But the second you ask them a question, I told them I used to be blue. You know, they look at me. You know, English is not their first language, but they're trying to understand what I'm saying. Like, okay, we know what the blue mean. I told them I used to be blue, but I took shower with the Clorox, and the color is gone. So why your cat is blue? They don't know. Second time, we posted the video on my channel actually, because that time, the first one was in video actually, but I did not record it. I was live, but not on YouTube. The second one of the audience, he recorded the screen, his screen. So we were able to post it for you. Yeah, Krishna and Muhammad, they are competing about who his penis is better. But obviously, Krishna did beat the hell of Muhammad. I mean, Muhammad had the power of 30 men or 40 men in different hadith. But Krishna, he have the power of 16,000. He made them have orgasm all in the same moment. I mean, what Muhammad, what Allah, and this guy, he did beat everybody. His penis is not even, like a drum. Like, no. He have a unique penis. He's God, you know. How we know he's God? He's blue, and he have a power of 16,000 men for sex. Well, if Muhammad knew about Krishna, he would add his story to the Quran. Trust me. The same as he did to Zulqarnain. Anyone is famous, he will put him in the Quran. Uh-huh. Which one is better, 16,000 time or 70 years each time? No, they did not say, the Hindu, they did not say how long the orgasm of Krishna was. They say that he did give them orgasm all in the same time. But how long it is, I don't know. It might be 20 years, you never know. It might be 100 years. I mean, the guy had nothing to do. No work, no job, nothing, like, well, take your time to have orgasm. In the Muslim heaven, you will have 70 years orgasm. Muhammad is stuck with number 70. Yeah. We don't have too many. I know nobody expected me to come online, but I said, let me go live a little bit. I cannot go live with YouTube because I don't guarantee the internet will come, and same time I have to turn the light off. I just learned today, I mean, I'm leaving soon, and I learned today, I was coming to my place, the neighbor, he don't speak English, but he told me lamp, lamp. I don't know what he's saying, what lamp? So I use my phone. He says, I saw that you don't turn off your lamp when there's a drone attack. You need to turn it off, otherwise the drone, they will hit your apartment. Because this is a target, because they prefer to hit a full apartment, not vacant, empty. So he said you should turn off your, so I turned off because we have attack now. I turned off the light. Yeah. See how evil they are? They look for apartments, have light with the drone, and they hit the building. If the building doesn't show any life in it, because they want to make casualty between civilians. Very evil. Yeah, all this time I never turned the light off actually. I opened the window to watch. I'm not really, but he is right, because they are attacking apartment buildings. And I think he is upset because he is in the same building, he's not worried about me. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's not worried about me, he's worried about his apartment. Because if the drone hit, it's not going to destroy one apartment, it's going to take half of the building. Yeah. See what he was telling me. He said, okay, don't worry, but please, for us, we have family, I said, okay, I will turn it off. Yeah. Not for myself. He's worried about his family. Hello, CP. Do you think the NATO should create a buffer zone between Ukraine and Russia? Well, Ukrainian, they do not need the NATO, and the NATO will never defend anybody. And we saw what happened in 2019, 2021. Actually, I was here. I did a seminar in Odessa. I think it was August 2020, 21, something like that. 20. Yeah, before the war, a summer before the war. And I saw the NATO, there on the ships. And I told the Ukrainians at that time, I told them, you are making a big mistake. Those NATOs, they will never defend you. They are just using you. They said no, they are now, and we have a close relationship. As soon Putin he crossed the border, all the NATO is in the bye-bye. All the NATO countries, they close their embassies. I mean, even McDonald's, they close it down. A bunch of cowards. Nobody will fight and defend you. Nobody will dare to get involved in war for the sake of who? Your people? Let them die. Who is going to defend them? The British? The American? Nobody will defend you. So the Ukrainians should not trust anybody, should not trust Trump. It's the last one to trust. It's the last one. This guy is he's a dollars person Whoever pay, whatever the money. He want to stop the war because he want the American company to start digging for minerals. He's not worried about Ukraine. You know, he wanted the war to stop, even if the Ukrainians surrender. He don't care. Just stop the war. Like in the appearance, you know, he's worried about like how many people died every week. That is a joke. Trump is the last one to worry about that. But he want, there's many things. He want to lift the sanctions on Russia, so the price of oil will drop. And he want to start digging for the real minerals. They have it here in Ukraine. And the whole market will change because the economy is not doing good. See, Trump, he promised like miracles, $1 trillion coming to us, etc., coming to us. Stock market just almost like faint. Inflation is not down. Most of his promises about the economy is not coming to be true. And the sanctions on Russia is hurting his plan. So he don't care for Ukraine. He is willing to throw Ukraine under the bus just for the sake of saying, see, I promise you of cheaper oil. Okay, here we go. And he cannot do that if the Russians are not able to sell their oil normally. Jet crash? Where? Which country? Pakistan? So many of our sisters and brothers in Nigeria are suffering. How we can help? We can do nothing. What we can do? All those cowards, they claim to be, you know, leaders, and they have. You see, if they are white people, and they are rich people, they are, like, let's say they are Muslim from Kuwait or Qatar. Trump, he will be the first one to send his army there. England, you know, France. But those are poor, black, African. Who care for them? They die. They don't care. You see those cow dance? Even the black African in America, they don't care. They don't care. Black lives matter, right? Okay, did you see anyone striking the street? They were busy by tens of thousands for what? Gaza, and they are terrorists. They killed a lot of people, those people of Gaza, and everybody is worried about them because money is involved, Qatar behind them. This Nigeria, who care? As long as they are poor and African. I mean, two things in the same time. Who's going to care for them? You see, in the time of Obama, tens of thousands of black Africans been enslaved in Libya. He never moved his ass. In fact, he supported the government at that time, which was enslaving them, capturing them, migrants coming from African countries to go to Europe. Those Libyans, they captured them, they put them in slavery camps. And they used them for farming, for sex, for whatever. What Obama he did, he sent Hillary Clinton there, you know, to praise them. All is a scumbag. South Sudan, they used to be, the Christians there, fighting for their freedom for a long, long time. And nobody cared. But then, one day, they discovered a lot of oil in south of Sudan. In less than 48 hours, Obama, he made a decision to announce South Sudan an independent country. And they made a vote in the United Nations, and they have their independence. Look how magical. Because oil companies, they want to go there. And if they are part of Sudan, as a one country, they cannot do it because then this Islamic country will not agree. But if we allow them, those Christians, to have their own country, those are poor and they just get independent. They need somebody to support them. Well, American companies are coming to town. Right? Singer Nike. I don't know who is the singer. Do you think the UN is useless? The UN is not only useless, it's harmful. It's very harmful because you see, any organization is controlled by few is harmful because those of you, their control now is not local control. They became international, so they can, as an example, the Muslim, they tried to criminalize anyone who insult Muhammad. So according to the plan, if the Muslims were successful to make the United Nations vote for that, they want to make a law for Islamophobia. So if you speak against Muhammad, you go to jail. You are a criminal in any country in the world. So if the Muslims are taking over the United Nations become a terrorist organization. However, regardless who is taking care or control of it right now, it's still the same. It is a terrorist organization. Because if you are in control and they force they force whoever they want to be subdued, like when they put Iraq under Chapter 7, the second they announce any country as a failed state or a collapsing state, they can send troops to occupy your country. They can. Not only put sanctions on you, they can send troops to your land, United Nations. So United Nations become another form claiming legality that they are the one who they want to do justice, but at the same time they can be a very harmful tool to destroy, to conquer, to colonize a country is the target. All right. If I believe in one God and I submit, I'm a Muslim. That is a very funny statement because, first of all, you don't believe in one God. No Muslim believe in one God. You believe in Allah and Muhammad. And that is making you a mushrik. So a Muslim, he lied to himself, says, I believe in one God. Can you say, I believe in Allah only, and you will go to heaven? No. When you say Shahada, you have to add the name of Muhammad to the name of Allah, which means you associate the name of your man with the name of your God, because you are a mushrik, you are a pagan. And on top of that, you kiss a black stone, and you believe the black stone erase your sin, etc. So don't give me like a speech. We as a human believe in one God. Who cares if you are a human or a cat? Secondly, is not believing in one God make you good or bad. It's about if this God is true or not. Who cares? If there is 10 God, there's 10 God. If there's 50, it's 50. If there's none, there's none. So only silly, who think about, okay, I believe in one God, that means I am legitimate. Like I'm the smart one. No. What if there's 20 God? Is that your choice? Like, are you the one who decide who can be, who cannot? Right? Who cares? But people are like very shallow in their thinking. The Hindus have 35 million God. All right? But it's not the number who made them funny. It's as if they exist or not. No? What if there's trillion God? What you can do about it? You say to them, you are not? Right? Yeah, Allah is the best deceiver. So, we believe in one God. This is true. But that's not what makes us right and make other wrong. Because that number means nothing. Unless it is true. The one you worship. When somebody speaks too much about monotheism, he thinks like he have a privilege, like I am monotheist. That is his ignorance. That is not the point. The point is your God is true or not? Somebody says if you submit to any God, it make you a Muslim. Okay, that's fine. First of all, Islam does not mean submission. Islam means surrender. Surrender in wartime. All right? Well, you know, human being, most of a human being, they are kind of shallow. And they say it's make more sense to have one God. Well, there's nothing about God makes sense. What make more sense? The only thing we can talk about sense, if God is stupid, then that doesn't make sense, right? Like you have a God who said the sun set in murky water, and Zulqarnain found where the sun set, and women have a semen coming from her ribs. That doesn't make sense because this is just about a fact we know. But about God, everything else, it's not about sense. Like, does it make sense that God said, let me light, and light was? Who can do that? Then we say, it's God can do that, not me. Does it make sense that Jesus is born of a virgin? Scientifically, no. It's impossible. But it makes sense if you understand what the Christian believe and why. It makes sense actually only in Christianity, not Islam. Islam, they believe Mary is a virgin, but they can't explain why. All right. So, you know, most of the people are naive. They think there's in San Francisco, there's a temple of Satan. They worship Satan. They have one God. His name is Satan. They believe in him. They dress black. They have rings in their nose and their etc. They are satanic. Their God is Satan. All right. There's people worship money. There's people worship sex. You know, your priority is your God. What is your priority? You see, just as an example, if you have a friend, let us say you are engaged, not even friend. Let us say a man is engaged to a woman. What is the first thing you do in the morning? Like, do you call her or call him? Or you text them or call them at the end of the day? That means you have all the priority coming your way before you think about your spouse or your fiancé or whatever. So what is the first thing you did in the morning? What is the second thing? What is the third thing? Then you know what is a priority for you. And the one who come at the end of the list, obviously he is not priority and he's not important. You know what I mean? If the Quran says that Allah made Adam with his hands, does it make Allah human? Doesn't. It's not necessarily it's a human, but it's proved that he have hands, and he have foot, and he have shin, and he have, you know, 5 fingers as Muhammad described. So he's a man or not? Maybe he's a monkey. Who cares? But still, that destroy all the idea of God of Islam, because if Allah is not a spirit and he has no spirit, but he have physical body, so he's what? Idol? Because this is what idol have. The idol have hands, they have legs, they have fingers, but they don't have a spirit. Spirit is life. All right, any other question? Islam as a belief is just a stupid, sex. Like, okay, I believe in God. If you believe in God, I will give you a lot of women to have sex with them, and Allah will take him 1,000 years to soften her skin. I mean, why? You never heard of Nivea? I mean, these days they can soften a rock in less than 30 seconds, make it smooth like a baby. Allah will take him 1,000 years to smooth her skin. Why? She is alligator. So it's just a stupid cult, a collection of sexual stories and fantasy. You know, you have to be mentally ill to believe in it for a second. There's no way somebody he have like a brain, like a capable brain, and he will believe in such a garbage, right? Anytime you speak to them, that's why the Muslims they avoid debating me because they are used to an average Christian who, like, if you watch any debate, any one of those who them debate Muslims, you will see how shallow this debate is between both of them. And both of them, they have PowerPoint and presentation, and I have to prepare for the debate, or I did not prepare for the debate. Why? Because those are just a bunch of kids. They don't have knowledge. What prepare for a debate? What do you mean? Like when we put you in the stage, is that because you know, or because you need to go to the internet and collect some information from website? A person who have knowledge, he do not need to prepare. You are ready all the time because the knowledge is yours, not in ChatGPT. In fact, you see how many times we correct ChatGPT and we debunk ChatGPT. It's just a stupid software. It can give you wrong information. According to ChatGPT, the word potato is a trademark of a Christian prince. What happened in their war? Nothing. For me, it's not really important. Those people there, they deserve. Their government betrayed them. They keep bringing in Shia Muslims from Lebanon, from Iran, and they became big number. So, I mean, that's normal to happen. They deserve it. Where they been, all those Christians before? Where they been? They were sleeping? Where are those people in Minnesota, when they got them tens of thousands of Somalian? Nobody complained. They deserve it. We give them citizenship, they vote, they take over. Very normal. If anyone here in the chat, he want have a question to Allah, you better type in Arabic. Otherwise, Allah don't speak languages. He's an Arab guy only, like me. Which one to use for the word surrender? Istislam, yastaslim. This is all the same. Yastaslim is now, doing it now. Istislam is surrendering, but nobody surrender yet. It's a description. The word aslam or aslim, which means it's a command. Surrender. All right? Surrender, aslim, taslam. So surrender, taslam, you will become safe. It's like, in English, you say known and unknown. So aslim, the word without the alif, the A, is, silm. Silm is not a bad word. I mean peace. But Aslim is a command to surrender. All right? Uh, and for sure here the tashkil is different. Tashkil can change the word. Tashkil in Arabic, I don't know what they call it in English, like those valves you put in the top of the word, those are to summarize letters. So some word, they sound similar, but they have different meaning because tashkil can change everything. Dots can change everything, you know? All right. Anything else? Yeah, exactly, RJ. Aslim, Taslam, surrender, and be safe. Convert or die. Yeah. What do you think should happen in Dearborn, Michigan, in this situation? A good example how Muslims and Islam take over Christian country. What you can do? I mean, what you can do? They became big in population and they will take over. What you can do? Legally, you can do nothing. They are voting, elected, they control. Well, you can do nothing. The only way to fix it is to migrate a lot of Christians from other territories and take it back. Let them lose control. In that town, they become the majority. So, and not only, the liberals vote for them, the dummy. You want to take it back? If Trump is smart, he should bring refugees who they are not Muslims to that town to make a balance. Same as Minnesota, like Somalian. Like I think yesterday, Trump, he revoked the protection status for Somalian because many of them they are criminals and they are not even legal in the country, and they have a gang, shooting, looting, killing, robbery. Before this, nobody can kick them out. They have protection, even if they commit a crime. Now they can be deported. That's why Ilhan Omar, she is very upset. Yeah, bring go open, make an exception to some Filipinos. Bring 50,000 Filipinos. In 10 years, each one of them will have 10 kids. They can flood Durban with babies. Nobody have kids as much as Filipinos. Bring them. They are nice people. God has no son. Well, first of all, when a Muslim says God has no son, he can't explain to us why the Arab, they say Allah have 3 daughters. Why? Because his God is originally a pagan God. Ancient pagan God. It's not something new that he have. Those status goes back on time, thousands of years. So Allah always have kids. Always have babies and have sex. The word Akbar is the name of the sun god. La is the moon god. So what Muhammad he did, he said Allahu Akbar. U in Arabic mean and. Ask anyone. U Akbar. Allah and Akbar. When an ignorant person says to you, Allah Akbar mean God is great, that's because he's donkey. Allah Akbar does not mean Allah is great. It is La and Akbar. Tawheed. What Tawheed is? Tawheed unification of gods. If there are one God, we do not use the word tawheed. Wahid is one. Tawheed is unification. Now, like a verb. Do you need to unify? Someone is one already, and he's one? No. So the word tawheed is wrong then. If you remember, there's a hadith where in Al-Bukhari, and I think it's in Sahih Muslim, uh, where a Jewish guy was walking by and he told Muhammad, you are not worshipping one God. You say, you will and Allah will. And you say, I swear by the Kaaba. So the Jewish guy told him, this is not monotheism. You're pagan. Did Muhammad say to him, no, they are wrong? No. He told them to say exactly as the Jewish guy said. Exactly. And this is how you know right away in a second that Muhammad is a fraud. Who is this Jewish who can teach a prophet of God how and what is monotheism? How you change your religion just because a Jewish guy, he said do so. So the one who taught him monotheism, it was a Jew. Still he could not do it. How you are a Muslim and you believe in God and you swear by the Kaaba? Guys, let us not to forget that we as a Christian should love everyone, including Muslims and other people, yet do not adopt or respect their religion or bad behavior. That's a good word, but the word love became very flexible and abused. Loving somebody is, especially when he's wrong, is by rebuking him, not by giving hugs or kisses, So we need to know as a Christians that, like how you bless somebody. I bless you when you are right by saying, may God bless you. But I cannot bless you when you are wrong. By what? By rebuking you. So my rebuking maybe will help you to wake up, and that will be a blessing for you. So the Muslim, when we say love Muslims, doesn't mean we kiss them, we hug them, doesn't mean hippie style, We love Muslims by rebuking them from their sin and their paganism, trying our best to save them from going to hell. Not by empty words of love. All right? If you have a son and he is, wicked, what you can do? Sex, drugs, robberies. How you can bless him? You cannot bless him. Bless him for what? For his evil? But yeah, you can do blessing to him by rebuking him, because that you are giving him the wisdom of God, and this is blessing. Rebuking him to come back to his sense and his mind, and that is a blessing. And if it works, that may be the greatest blessing ever he have in his life. So we bless the one for doing good. We say, may God bless you. We do not need to rebuke you. Wonderful. Or we can bless you if you are wicked by rebuking your act and condemning it, so you might wake up. All right? How do I approach my Muslim friend? Every human being is different. You see, if you watch my debate with Muslims, you will notice I speak to Muslims differently. When a Muslim is wicked, I wipe the floor with him. When he's kind, I'm kinder. He's nice, I'm nicer. He's rude, I'm more rude. You have to understand the mentality. The Muslims, many of them, they believe when you are nice, that means you are weak. They have a very wicked mentality. So you are kind, you are nice, you are very friendly. For them, they think you are weak. and they will take advantage of you. So you need to adjust who you are, depend who you are talking to. So I don't debate all people the same way. I listen to them. I listen to what they say. I listen if they are, nice people, they are decent, they are evil, they are just making mockery. I try to understand who is this person and what he is trying to accomplish. If I find that he is a nice person, I will be very nice to him. If I notice he is educated, I will show him what education he can receive from me. I will humble him with my knowledge. If I notice he is naive, I will go down to his level. I'm not going to ask him questions way higher than him. I will go down to him. So it's like talking to children. Every child have different age. And even same age, some children are more smart and more mature than other children in the same age. So you have to adjust the way you talk to others. And this is for everything in life. I advise you, not only with Muslims, anything. People are different. You cannot talk to everybody the same. Right? You cannot smile all the time. There's places where there's a funeral. There's places where there is happiness. As the Bible says, there's time for peace, time for war, Yeah. So every time and every individual, different way to talk. So when Paul, he says, I am a Jew with the Jew, I'm a Greek with the Roman, or Greek with the Greek. He's talking about what? That every nation, every culture have different way to approach. When you speak to a Jew, he knew the law. You do not need to tell him the law. So you like shortcut to the point. A person, he is a Roman, he do not know what are you talking about, Like you see somebody is a Christian, he in the street, he's a preacher. He shout to the street, come to Jesus, like he scared them, just hold on. What about we speak more friendly, try to tell them who is Jesus. Don't scare them, what you're trying, you sound like you're going for a war. You have to talk to individual, see how much he knew, what his background, what he accept, what he reject. And then, it's like when you build a building. Don't you know what kind of soil you have? How many rocks you have? You cannot just start building. You have to check the sand. You have to check the foundation, how strong it is, how bad. So if you just start building, don't be surprised if your foundation collapse later, because you were not wise. Feel free, guys. You can share any verse from the Bible if you think it's good for the topic. I appreciate people to do that. All right. No, you can do it in public. This is not the issue, but don't do it in a way will make people run away. Like I saw in Korea as an example, a guy holding the microphone, very loud microphone, walking in the street. He have a sign for Jesus and he is shouting. Very annoying. Now, it's not nice to say annoying, but it is, because I know if I am not a believer, what I will say, I will be upset. So I believe they did not bring people to Jesus. This is not the way to do it. But again, every culture have different way. So maybe in Korea, because they are different, I don't know. It's not because normal people speak loud, I don't know. But for me, I find it annoying. Right? Like I met a group of Christians in Korea. They were singing, which is nice, not shouting at the people. They were singing, Christian songs in the street. They have a guitar and they are giving brochure, but they were very polite, and they don't force the brochure in your hand, like in front of you. If you like to grab it, grab it. You don't like it, they don't bother you. So you have to be nice and don't force yourself on others, because it can do a different wrong reaction. All right. Yeah, the wise man. So even if normal relationship, let us say you're a man, you met a woman, you like her, you know, you have a good intention. Uh, if you speak to her in the wrong way, you might lose her forever. You have to learn how to talk to the person, and before you talk to the person, you have to learn about the person, education, background, uh, you know, uh, tradition, everything you can. And for sure, if you know the person before you talk about your intention, it will be better. If you heard many times this person speaking, so you can learn about them, what they like, what they don't, what will make them run away from you, what will make them like you. Most of people, they don't really, there's an art of living and art of dying. Both are art. Because when you practice the art of living, which means you know how to live, you are practicing the art of dying, which means you will die happy. Because you made your life a piece of art, beautiful art. So whoever come in touch with you, he see a beauty on you. Not necessarily a face beauty, but a beauty of a person, thinking, behavior, helpful, wonderful, giving, loving. So that is an art of life where wherever you go, you fit. You know how to fit. You know how to adapt to make life beautiful for you and for others. And that will make your trip into dying, because we are going toward dying. Every day I'm losing one day from my life toward what? One trip, one direction, dying. So that trip is the same trip of dying, is the same trip of living. So if I can make this trip beautiful, I enjoy it, I have people who love me, I have people who I care for them, I love them. Uh, my trip of dying is my trip of living, and that make it beautiful because you feel different, you enjoy life different, and you accomplish something different. I hope I did not make it complicated, right? Uh, yeah, like, let's say you are married. The first thing in the morning, anything you see, are shouting, screaming, who would this here? Who from the morning? What a wicked day. So you are a person not only who have an art of stupidity to destroy everything, but you have an art of ruin the life of others around you. You are looking for any excuse to fight and to argue and to scream and maybe to be violent. And that will not only screw your day, will screw the days of others, and people will hate you. So you are a loser. Once a guy, and they told me, can you help us? We have a problems. We are married and we don't know really. I said, I'm not shrink. Why you want to put me in the middle? They said, come on, we need your help. We are sure, both of us, we agree that we can ask you to help us. So it's not only me, my wife, she wanted to. So I said, okay, tell me, and I'm listening. So what is the fight? What you fight about? What is the last fight happened? She said he drink his coffee. He leave the cup on the coffee table. Okay, this is horrible. Anyway, like it's just I'm listening. It's just this is stupid things. Like what? This is the fight. So after listening to what he said, what she said, I told him obviously those is not a reason. There is something else, and you guys are not telling me. They look at each other. I said to her, when you married him, do he used to leave the coffee cup on the table, or this is something new? He jumped. He said, "Oh, always I leave it. You never complain." I said, "See, what happened now? You are looking for excuse." Same for him. So because there is something wrong, anything will become a reason for the fight. But both of them didn't want to tell me what is the real reason. So they start telling me stupid things, which both they never complain about it, because simply at that stage, they, when you are in love, you break the window, they will say, honey, no problem, no problem. Don't worry about it. Okay. You smash the car, who cares? The most important is your health, right? Because there's more important than the car. But when the relationship became down, then you will look for any reason to make a fight. Any reason. But there is a real reason which none want to talk about from them. And wife and husband, not always they like to share reasons which nobody should know. It can be sexual, it can be something else, But I'm trying to say to you that many, they are upset in their life, but they don't tell you the real reason. They might even mistreat you, but they will not tell you what is the real reason. They will find any reason to fight with you, to argue with you. But yet, you will be confused what is really the real reason. Because most of people, they don't want to say. They try to warn you, but outtain you. Or maybe they don't even dare to tell you. Or maybe shy. So they will find any reason to make a fight. So a smart person, he don't look for the fight, he look for a solution, and he target the reason. The real reason. Thank you, Risamin. Thank you. Do you have any thought about owning many possessions or material things? Just essential? I'm not sure what you mean. Like being rich? Is that what you're saying? If you can explain yourself more. As you know, English is not my first language, so sometimes words can be a little difficult for me. All right? Being rich or being poor, uh, see, all of us, we like to have security. But some of us, security never stop with security. Security for them is not the target. It's possession of as many things as they can. Those people, they will never have life. They might be famous, they might get powerful, but they don't have life. Because time will come. Time will go fast with them, actually. and they will notice that this money they have did not give them what they are seeking. Most of them, your money will kill you. Your money will destroy your life, will steal your life, will steal your time, because you became more rich, you want to have more money, and the scenario continue of working so hard to make more money, even harming people to make money. Well, those things doesn't count. Couch TV, who care about couch TV? So what if you have a couch and table and TV? You need them. In my house, I don't have even a sofa. I have a bed, I have a computer table, food table, 2 chairs. That's it. 2 chairs for outside. But is that because I'm good and you're bad if you have more? No. I do not need more. If I need, I will get more, I don't have visitors. No, I don't, visit. I don't social, So you have to, your life should fit with your needs, and your needs should fit with your life. If you are a person who have many relatives, many people come to visit you, then you need to accommodate. It's a necessity. If you are a person who want to build a house, have 10 rooms, but it's only you. It's just to show off in front of the neighbors that I have a big house, or cousins, or family, or friends. I have a mansion. Well, that means you are silly. All right. Anything else? Why you are single? Why you are asking? Obviously, I'm single because I did not find a woman I like. Very simple. Should we just get married just to get married? No. When you find someone deserves to be, your life partner, then you do it. Otherwise, don't destroy the life of somebody else. If you marry a person and that person don't fit with you, you are not only harming yourself, you are harming the person you married from, because it's not going to be a happy life. Right? There's many people, they do things just because they should do it. Like, okay, I have to get married. Or why you have to? Because you have to, you should do it. It's true, it's good to have a family, it's good to get married. It prevents you from doing like bad things, sin, temptation. But at the same time, you have to be careful. You don't get married just for those reasons. The most important is the one you want to marry from. Is that the one who can handle you in anger, in weakness, in sickness, in happiness, in sadness, whatever? Or it just, let me, any woman, any man. There's some they are just desperate to find, they cannot live alone. So let me get married. And then you pay the price. It can be very heavy price. We are here to serve Jesus. Why married? No, you can't serve Jesus. There's people who decide, like as the Bible says, there's people who decide to be, single forever to serve. But there's people, they can serve Jesus too by having children and family. Who said you don't? Who said you don't? If all of us, we don't get married, then where is the Christians? Where is the believers? So one of every 100 or maybe 1,000, he can help the 1,000. if he is a good preacher, a teacher, you know. So it's not for everybody. Same time, not everybody can handle to stay single. Many, they fail, you know, sexually, they get tempted and fail apart. And then they cause scandals and they hurt the reputation of the church. So this is not for everybody, right? Create AI girlfriend, that's a good one. Do CPC questions in YouTube? Yes, I do. So what don't you see I'm answering people? No one should commit to being with someone if they cannot. It's an okay choice. I'm not sure what you mean exactly. If they cannot commit to be with someone if they cannot. See, the majority of men are immature. Like we talk about women and we mention maturity, but men, uh, they they mature late in age. So somebody is 35, he's not mature as a woman she is 35. A woman at the age of 35, she is way more mature. A man at the age of 35 is just a boy, even at 40. So it takes the women less time for maturity. Not for sure, not everybody, you know, I'm talking in general. So women, they can be more mature and, let us say, ready for marriage faster than men. Men take them time. You will see a man, he is 50, he's acting like a kid, a teenage. You know, he want to go to the bar, he want to dance. He want to, you know, it's just, he want to date, he want to go out, he don't want to get married because he want to, you know, more fun. He's immature. Like, they might call it like, okay, is having fun, but for me, I find it immaturity because nothing about what he's doing is real. And plus, it can bring for him a lot of stress and disasters in his life. So maturity, I just heard a bomb. So maturity is the most important thing in life. And the faster you reach the point of maturity, the better for you. And for sure, there's different level of maturity. There's a maturity of finance, as an example. Like a kid who grew up in a very poor family, he been forced to work to support himself or his family. This child is way mature than someone who is 18 in a spoiled family, because already he went through a lot of experience in order to survive. You know, he's already a survivor, not a spoiled kid. The same for other things. Education, you know. Education is not a degree you have. Education can help you in maturity, but not the degree. The education of you, how much you read, how much you know, how much you study, research, those things will change you by time. Slowly, slowly, slowly will change you. It can be changed for good, it can be changed for bad, but usually it should be for good. So that can help you with maturity of knowledge on society about things around you, including economy, politics, science, history, whatever, religion. All of those, when you research and study, can help you with maturity. But then the most important maturity is when you reach the point that your maturity is able to help others, is not only self-sufficient. When you reach that point, you become like a new person because simply your maturity became a center of help. And that'll give you another level of a pleasant life because you can help others and you can be, supporting them, giving something good. And if you reach that point, you are able to help others, then supposedly you should be able to have a better life for yourself to make decisions. So to make it simple, your maturity can be measured of how much you reach a point of you being able to help others by the maturity you have. If you cannot help others, that means you did not reach the level of maturity, which is good. You're still far, and you have to work in it. If you are able to help, like, if we have a house and the father is immature, he's immature, he's just a kid. Some may be stupid. He says stupid things. And then you have an older brother, he's mature. That older brother, he is now your dad. Not physically, not biologically, but he is the mature one in the house. Because there's nobody else. But not necessarily he is the best mature, but he is the best in the house. So that person became a help or a center point of help for those others in this house, in the family. For the father is not, maybe the mother is not too. So this person suddenly became the most important person in the house. So to make it simple, maturity, the faster you reach it, the more you became a center of interest for others because they need you. You can help them, you can guide them, you can give, bring solution to their lives. A huge part about maturing is being able to reflect and act on that insight for better, which require the humility and discipline. If you cannot do that, then it becomes a problem. This is what he said. Well, that's a good point. But like the issue of better, it's very relative, because what is better for you may be not better for him. For we have different background, we have different culture, we have different location, we have different even maybe weather, All those affect maturity. Even weather can affect maturity. It might be hard to understand how in the world weather can affect maturity. You see, if you are a person who live in if you live in Amazon, in Brazil, your maturity is based on culture connected to the hot weather. If you're a person who live in Middle East, like me, I'm born in the Middle East, my maturity is connected to that weather and that culture. Because the clothing is connected to it, the dressing, the behavior. So maturity is very flexible, depend where and how and who. It's not the same for everybody. However, when we say maturity, usually we're talking about a person who became wise or wiser. But the wise of somebody live, or the wisdom of somebody live in Brazil, it might be stupidity for someone live in the Middle East. And maybe the opposite. Because you have to take into consideration that his maturity grew up in different field. And that field made him come with decisions fit with it. Fit with his field, where he live, where he's grown. And that will be another issue. Like, so if you bring a woman, she is from the Middle East, and you want to marry her to a man, he is coming from the Amazon. Good luck with that. Because even if both of them are mature, their maturity is totally different. Because the understanding of wisdom and wise is different. What is wise? What is right? What's wrong? The dress code is different. The music is different. The behavior is different. Uh, so, this is like we are talking now from different countries around the world. So your maturity have to fit with your land, your culture, your place. It's not necessarily maturity in different places. So in general, maturity is a word accepted by everybody, mean air like same standard. But if you go in details, no, it doesn't. Childhood is the most important steps for maturity. If you have a family, they are junky. How the child will receive maturity? Everything around him is junky. The mother she smoke, the father take drugs. The father he go to jail. The mother she every day she have a new guy in the bed, and hear their noise having sex. This kid is like David Wood he mentioned that when he was a kid they gave him weed at the age of 6. Correct? His parents gave him weed at the age of 6. 6. So this guy he went through hell. And it took him a lot of shocking situation to come back to what is correction, like what is right. So you have to put that into consideration. That's why I say the field where you grow. It's like you have a sand, you have a sand ground, you have a rocky ground, you have weeds surrounding you. Like where the seed is going to be planted. All of those things will affect your maturity. Right? Yeah, I mean, his life was obviously it was miserable life. I mean, I don't know this guy. When you hear his story, it's you know it's miserable. This is why maturity is a word, but it can come with different colors, different spice, different Asian, different understanding. You yourself, if you are born in such a family, God knows how you will end. All of us, because life around us make us. If you are a child and your neighbors have a tree, apple tree, lemon tree, orange tree, whatever, and then you take some fruit from that tree, you steal it, you come back home, and your mom, she say, "Oh, go, bring more. Where do you get this from? Oh, bring more." Well, your mom, she just created a thief. So now you learned as a child that it's okay to steal. In fact, I'm a good guy now. My mom, she like me, so I will steal more. But if the mother, she said to him, "Shame on you. Where do you get this from? Go bring it, put it back." You know. Now this child, he received different direction for maturity. That this is not right. This is bad. And this is how maturity can, this is what I meant, like different field. Because maturity for criminals is different from maturity for a different person. Do you hear the alarm? We have an attack. Oh no, no, this is a short one. I think it's finished. The attack is finished. When the alarm is long, it is started. So it took like what? Since when I heard? Yeah, I think like more than an hour. Yeah, my light, I turn off the light because just for the neighbors, not for me really. And if you want my advice to have your children have better future, let them read, not playing games, you know. Let them read. Reading will, first of all, will give them a better language skills, you know, thinking skills, observation skills, many things, plus knowledge, you know, history, science books, poetry, literature, novels, you know. Like when I was a kid, uh, you know, there's kids who like me, they like to read. So what do? We exchange books. This is the money, you know, the money is books. So I have a book I did read. I go to him, okay, what do you want to give me in return of this book? Oh, this book, okay, I will give you two books, let us say, because this book is more expensive. It was our money. And then I go and read it, and then, okay, I'm done with it. So I go to find other person who have a books, you know, I don't have, and we exchange. It was like a very nice marketing, you know. He come to me, I go to him, I go to that guy, all of us kids who like to read. And our money exchange is books, you know. Your parents give you some money, you go and buy a book with it. I remember, like, I bought a book, those who speak Arabic here, they knew. It's called a Jahiz. A very complicated writer, very, very complicated, very, this guy is genius for sure. So I bought the book. My dad, he saw the book. He said, who was reading a Jahiz? You know? And I looked at him, I said, me. He said, you? Really? You know? You? I said, yeah. He said, okay. And you understand? I said, yeah. It's very complicated, actually. I mean, this guy is something. But I did read the book, and I enjoyed it very much, in a very early age. But it was a surprise for him that I reached the point I'm reading such a book, not Mickey Mouse. You know, in my age, I should be reading Mickey Mouse, cartoon, you know, Kukuruku, not a Jahiz, right? Uh, Actually, I never saw a writer, he can make a very complicated stories. You know, this guy is really, he have a very, very difficult brain, you know, like very different, unique. Yeah. Actually, I would try to get the book again to read it again. I read it when I was a kid, so I forgot most of it. The Quran is a stupid book. There's nothing in the Quran. Quran is just a dumb book. Somebody trying to make rap songs and he failed. And there's no connection between the lines and the words. We cannot compare this Jahiz. Or there is an author, his name is Al-Mutanabbi. Very powerful too. Actually, they call him Mutanabbi, which means the prophet, the one who prophesy. Uh, he made fun of the Quran too. Yeah. Quran is very, very silly book, very stupid. That's why they sing it for you, trying to make it more attractive. Otherwise, if you know the Arabic language, you will see how dummy. Like when you read the chapter of the genie, like the chapter of the zut, what the heck is that? It's just a silly, stupid story. Or the chapter of the ants, chapter 27. Ant speaking to Sulaiman in the flying carpet. The ant, she told the other ants, hide, otherwise Sulaiman will crush you. This is not a mature person who wrote this books, just a stupid, immature. Well, if a Muslim he tried to recite the Quran next to a Christmas tree, turn the speaker on. Play a song for dogs. Let us see how he will recite the Quran. All right. Anything else? No, if you know Arabic, the story is different. Any book actually is translated, you will be always short of knowledge. Like now, if I know Hebrew, I will understand the Torah in a better way than translation, because always translation miss the point of culture, of background. It's not only, somebody translate the word for me. It's like, when I say to you a joke and I translate the joke, you will not laugh mostly because the joke is connected with background of culture. So what I said to you doesn't make any sense. But for someone else, it makes sense. Because he understands the culture. In the Bible, every story have a culture and have background. It's like a movie. And if you don't know the background, you will not understand what it is saying to you. Because they give you only plain text. They don't deliver with it the background. When you watch a movie, there's many effects to make the movie have a special joy for you. There's two major joys. It's you see and then you hear. If you see but you don't hear, the movie is too useless. And this is exactly what happened when you read text. You see but you don't hear. So the text is images, but there's no sound. And here we come understanding the background to make the sound of it. So when I say to you storm, even if they don't play audio for you, you know in your mind what is a storm is, what sound like it. When I say explosion, even I don't not show you a movie of explosion, in your mind, you have an idea of what explosion can come with, sound, noise, fire, destruction. So all of those are background of the word I just said to you. And when the background connected to history, that will make it more difficult. Because now you have to study history in order to reach the point to understand the word. So you have to connect all those things together to come to the conclusion. I hope my answer was fine for you. If there's any reason Muslims shout in their songs, demon, they have demon, the origin of Satan. Sometimes people they shout because they want to overcome the opposition in their mind. So I shout because I don't want to hear myself. It's like two people debating or arguing. So one of them he shout higher. What is the purpose? To silence you. So those who shout usually they don't want to hear themselves because hearing themselves is an embarrassment. It's like even wife and husband. They are arguing, they keep shouting. It's simply like because they don't want to listen to themselves, they don't want to listen to you. Shouting is a way to kill the argument. If they are interested in solving the issue, they will not shout. They will talk normally. You are wrong, I'm right, etc. But they shout because simply this is how they can point their energy and hoping that their energy and their voice will be able to subdue you, let us say conquer you, intimidate you. So the man is wicked, he shout more. The woman is more wicked, she shout way more. The man, he get embarrassed, he don't want more shouting. So the one who's shouting more, now he won against the one who don't shout. But this is temporary winning. And it's a stupid winning. Allah is not dead. He does not exist. How he can die? It's a pagan God. The one that does not exist cannot die. It's just a fiction God. Why is the interpretation of the Quran vastly different? Because the language is bad. If the language is not bad, then the interpretation will not be too much different. But the language is bad. And in addition to that, sometimes the Quran is so stupid. So the interpretation try to defend the stupidity by making something else of it, changing the meaning. Like the sun set in murky water, murky spring, boiling spring. So the interpretation everyone tried to give him, like, because it's horrible how we can say. So now they will say it was made appear, but no, the word it says appear. What it says clearly, he found the sun setting in a spring of boiling water. Oh, when you see the ocean, don't you see the sun? No, it says a spring of water, not ocean. Ocean is not water, a spring of water. So interpretation mostly is a method to duct tape, not to explain. It's made to make the Muslim stay in his faith, not to lose it, because it's an embarrassment. All right, guys, I'm not going to keep you longer. I just want to have some good time with you. And I hope we had some nice time. I guess I feel sleepy. I don't know. I'm trying to hide my yawning. I don't know. I turned the light off. Look like I feel sleepy now. So I'm trying to hide my yawn. I don't know if you hear me. And Allah, He hate the one who do yawn. You know that? And He love the one who sneeze. Have you ever heard of a God? He like the one who sneeze and He hate the one who yawn. Very wicked. Weird, huh? So I don't wanna. Here we go again. For how long you wanna hide it? Thank God I'm not in a security shift now. Otherwise, the bank will be robbed. Yeah, I will try. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you all. May the Lord bless you. And we speak tomorrow. God is winning. God is good. So is Jesus. I mean to that. And we are the crusade. See ya.